Talking about today, man. Prayers up, blessings up, we lit, we live. So pull up. See who pull up and put it in park, man. Prayers up, blessings up, we lit, we live, man. 5-star, what they do? Apple, what's popping? Cassandra, what's good, man? Fun, what's good? Prayers up, blessings up, man. Get this thing going. My name is Jabez Israel. I got a goal to help over 1 million people get down to their natural body size and stay there for life. I'm about to do some fish and grits, but let me close this real quick. So, check it out, man. I lost 100 pounds still eating the food that I like to eat. So, I love grits. So, I didn't stop eating grits and I lost weight. Some people say you got to stop with the starch, man. So we about to get into it, man. Let's see who pull up. Denise, what's good? Low key, what's popping? So, George, what's good? I see you. Latoya, what's good? So here's the thing, right? This fish right here, this is cobia. Y'all do me a favor, man. Tap the screen. Like this video if you're on YouTube. Send this video to somebody else that you know want to lose some weight, because I'm about to get into a Q&A. We're doing we're cooking and we're thinking. You see what I'm saying? So this is a meal that fit the principles of my book, Life Matters, So Let's Eat Like It. I wrote this book because, like I said, I lost the weight, 100 pounds, still eating the foods that I like to eat. This was me. In 2014, I was 100 pounds overweight. You know what I mean? And so I like to, help people lose weight. I got a goal to help over 1 million people. And so when I learned that I could still eat the foods that I like, it made it easy for me to stay consistent. So we're going to get into that conversation, during this live. But this fish right here is called cobia. And if you never had it, I highly recommend trying it whenever you have the opportunity. This is a real interesting fish because it actually swims with sharks. It's out here in the Atlantic Ocean, but it's a real firm white flesh. And it's just amazing, man. So I'm going to actually air fry this cobia. And we're going to make some grits with it. These are the grits that I grew up on. You feel me? Usually Quaker, but we'll get whatever is on sale. If you like grits, if you know about grits, when you cook grits, they don't be clumpy. Drop a 4 in the comments, man. Drop a 4 in the comments if you know how to cook grits and they don't be clumpy, and then they don't be like you can go to Cracker Barrel and get grits, or you can go to Denny's and you end up getting grits at Denny's, and then the grits, they don't be the right consistency and they be like bland. They don't got no salt in the grits. I don't like that. If you know how to cook that, I see we got some grits cookers in the building. Okay, see time, what they do. Detroit in the building know how to cook the grits. Marcus, what's popping? It's a big problem for me. I don't like when I get grits and they're clumpy or they don't got no salt in them and they just like bland. Ugh. We ain't gonna have that problem with these grits today, but here's the thing about it. The problem with these grits, and I talk about the enrichment process all the time because we're cooking and we're thinking. This is a weight loss conversation. If you got a goal to lose weight, you're in the right place. You're going to see how I put this meal together. Not only is this meal going to blow your mind, just you be able to, you could look at this meal when it's going down and you'll say, I know that tastes good. So it's going to be amazing, but it's actually going to be a meal that helped me lose weight and keep it off. The problem with these grits is that they were enriched. So anytime I seen enriched growing up, I just thought that meant it was good, like it was enriched. I talk about enriched grains all the time. You could enrich corn, and it's a process. So anytime you see enriched on any grain, that means it was put through the enrichment process. So that's a process where they remove the germ from the grain. There's natural nutrients inside that germ, B vitamins and things like this. They remove it because it can spoil and go bad. And that's one of the reasons, I think. And then they add synthetic nutrients to replace the natural nutrients that was lost during the enrichment process. And you can see them in the ingredients. That's why I'm always saying you got to read the ingredients. You can see them right here. When you read these ingredients, this light bright, man. this light real bright, but you can see the ingredients right there. And so when you look, you'll see it's white corn grits, niacin, iron, thiamine mononitrate, riboflavin, folic acids. All grits is corn. That's it. It's just dried up corn. So here's an example. These are called polenta but it's grits. This is made with instead of a white corn, it's the regular corn. When you look in the ingredients, all you see right here is corn. See that? Corn. That's it. That's all you want to see in your grits. When I made the switch from the enriched grits to the natural grits, I lost weight. Because like I say, one of the side effects of eating these synthetic ingredients that's in anything that's enriched is weight gain. Our bodies turn to fat. So this is an example of me still eating what I like and losing weight. Let me see some. I'm gonna be answering questions on this live. So if you got a niacin is a pill to help thin the blood. Yeah, niacin can be found naturally in a plethora of different things. And you could also, isolate it and bring it through a process of chemistry, synthesize it, make it synthetic, and your final product is going to be a white powder. And so they're both called niacin, but one is synthetic and one is natural. What I've learned through my journey is that the synthetic versions of a lot of ingredients in the food that they bring through a chemistry process, oftentimes one of the side effects is weight gain. What about portion control? Well, that's a great question. I actually wasn't doing portion control following these principles. But what happened was over time, following these principles, my appetite gradually decreased. And that's because I think a lot of the ingredients and a lot of the foods that I was eating are addicting. There's been billions of dollars spent to make food addicting. You know what I mean? So when I cut a lot of these ingredients out of my diet and replaced them with, more natural options, I was eating bigger plates in the beginning, but over a period of a year and a half, 2 years, my appetite kind of just gradually went down. I get more fuller faster than I used to now. So I'm about to get into it. So what I'm gonna do is, right, I'm gonna show you how I do this right here. The first thing I'm gonna do is get this fish. Matter of fact, no, I'm gonna start these grits. So 3 cups. Let me see what's 3 cups of water, 1 cup.
1 cup of grits, 3 cups of water.
That's what it is. 1 cup to 3 cups. Where is that in here? Oh, I see it right there. 3 cups of water, 1 cup. Bingo. So watch this. I'm about to get this thing going. What I like to do with my grits, right? I like to coat them with just a little bit of oil. I'm gonna try something different. This is some walnut oil that I've never cooked. I just recently got this about a month ago. I've only cooked with it a couple times, but it give it a nice flavor. So I'm gonna try it with this walnut oil. So when I do my grits, right, this is a old school method that'll help you not have to deal with them lumpy grits that some people they don't understand how to make the grits not lumpy. Put a little oil or butter. You could use coconut oil. I got some coconut oil I'll be using in a little bit with this meal as well. In the pan, and then I'm gonna get a cup. I'm gonna do a cup of these grits. These grits, when you eat them, they don't sit heavy on your stomach like that either, man. I like these polenta grits way better. I prefer the way they taste. And you get the benefit of not, having that weight stick on you like that, man. So the thing about it, when you do it like this, right? What you want to do, you put the grits in there, and then I'm going to add a little salt. And this is another thing that helped me lose weight too. When I got off the iodized salt, the regular iodized table salt, and I switched over to the natural sea salt, all you want to see in the ingredients is just sea salt. Well, this is what I did, and I noticed, one of the side effects was my weight started coming down and inflammation went down. So I use some of the sea salt, and then what I do is I mix it all together. And when I mix it together, I'm mixing it to where that oil that I just put in there, I want it to like coat all of these grits. So I mix it real good before I add the water. And what that does is it kind of puts like a little barrier of oil in between each one of them grit grains. And when you add the water to it, as long as you just don't fall asleep on them, because if you fall asleep on them, they'll get clumpy. But as long as you kind of keep an eye on them and stir them, you're gonna have nice creamy grits they ain't got no clumps in them. And that's the only way I like my grits, for real. So we doing these grits, but look, we're gonna do these grits a little bit different. I ain't even tell you that. This grit recipe is in the cookbook. So you'll see how this come together in a second. You know what I mean? All right, so now let me get some water. We're gonna put 3 cups of water in here. I'm gonna use some spring water. What up? So I'm gonna put 3 cups of spring water in these grits. 1, 2.
Somebody said, what kind of grits is that?
These are called polenta grits, but it's, they're really just called polenta. But it's grits, it's corn. All grits is supposed to be is just dried up corn. The problem with most grits is that they're put through that enrichment process, and they got too many ingredients in them that are synthetic. And it get all stuck up inside, you know what I mean? It take a long time for our bodies to break down enriched grains. This is like an example, the 5-minute quick grits. You can see right here in the ingredients, you'll see, man, they got the niacin, iron, thiamine, mononitrate, riboflavin, folic acid. These are the grits I grew up on. It's a whole list of ingredients. All that's supposed to be in there is one ingredient, corn. You see it right there, corn, that's it. So making that switch with your grits, I'm telling you, if you're overweight, especially if you like me and you like grits and you eat grits a few times, I used to eat grits 2-3 times a week sometimes. Making this switch helped me, man. So if you gotta go to lose weight, try it. Try it out, and you know what I mean? I'll just take my word for it. It'll help you lose weight, I'm telling you. While still eating what you like to eat. All right, now, we got the grits going. So now what I'm gonna do is, see if there's any questions I might be missing. Where can I buy that? You talking about the grits? We got these grits in Publix, but you can get these online. Sometimes you can find natural grits in, matter of fact, I don't think I ever seen natural grits in Walmart. But, depending on where you at in the country, it might be hard for you to find them natural, but you could order them online. Just make sure to look at the ingredients, look up natural grits. They got them on Amazon. What they do, money, what's good, man? I ate the same brand of grits this morning. There you go. I bet them things were sticking, huh? Showed them too fast. Look, here it go right here. So now, I don't like to really promote brand names. I like to promote being aware and reading the ingredients, because I've seen brands have all natural ingredients and then change them. And then the pack will still look the same, but the ingredients different on the back. So, I talk about this in my book. I highly encourage, if you're not being intentional and being aware of what's in the food that you're putting in your mouth, chewing up and swallowing, I highly suggest start, because that's what happened for me when I became intentional and I made a choice to be aware. I remember when I realized, damn, I'm getting food, I'm eating food, I don't even know what's in it. I remember I was like 37 before I started really, like 31 before I started to really pay attention to the ingredients. I lived over 30 years and I wasn't even aware of what was in the food I was putting in my mouth, chewing up and swallowing. And when I look around in the grocery stores, I've been seeing it for years. A lot of us in that same situation, like we putting too much trust in these companies that are putting our food together for us, in my opinion. Let me see. Digging that shirt, appreciate it. Yeah, people think, people ask me, am I a vegan or am I a pescatarian? And I'm not, because what I like about the definition of veganism is that, they're not eating, it's in the definition that you can't do the animal products, which I respect, but it's not in the definition that you can't eat chemicals or heavily processed foods. And so that, I feel honestly, I feel like it's even more important. A lot of these chemicals, man, got a lot of different side effects. And so and it's not in the definition of being a pescatarian, because, I eat fish, probably once or twice a week at this point in my life. But eventually I think I'll be over it. But, that's why I created a new category, and it's called a naturalite. So a naturalite is somebody who chooses, if you had to sum it up, because there are a few more rules than just this, but a naturalite is someone who is intentional about being aware of the ingredients of what they eat and chooses to eat, if possible, only natural food or as close to all natural as possible for whatever fit their budget. But overall, the most important part of being a naturalite is intentional about being aware what's in their food and choosing natural food options that we're compatible with. You see what I'm saying? So now what I'm gonna do is, with these grits, I'm gonna get look, I break down these principles of what it is to be a naturalite and how anybody could do this. We've helped thousands of people lose weight, man. It's a trip. We've sold thousands and thousands of copies of these books. If anybody want to grab a copy, we're doing a Valentine's Day sale, 50% off. We got the discount link in my profile, underneath my profile picture. So I'm gonna stir these grits up with this whisk. And this is another thing, like, let's say you cooking some grits. And remember, once we get this thing going, I'm gonna be doing a Q&A. I'll be answering all type of questions. I gotta go. I wanna help people lose weight on this live. But let's say you whipping up some grits, right? And you get sidetracked, whatever, the kids catch your attention, whatever, the grits end up getting clumpy. One of these things will work magic. Get you one of these whisks, man, and drop a little bit of extra water in there and just whip them things up. They'll smooth out. They'll smooth out, man. I don't want to be a vegan. I just want to learn how to prepare healthier dishes. There you go, Rosa. And that's why that's the thing. For me personally, I remember in 2014 when this was me. Not only did I not want to be a vegan, I thought it was unhealthy. Honestly, I felt like we needed protein. I felt like we needed meat for protein. So this is the old school method, what I'm doing right here. Shout out my grandma Lois. We buried her a few months back, and my grandma was a real one, man. And she taught me this seasoning method. So you put whatever you want to season in a one of these plastic bags like this. So watch this. Watch how I do this, because this fish right here, I'm telling you, this is gonna be so good. Now I want to take a little bit of oil and put it on these on this is cobia. This is cobia. Now when it comes to oil, another switch that I made, Sharetta brown. I just seen the order come through. Sharetta is love. This is a walnut oil. I just started. I've never even seen walnut oil. I seen this a few months back and I got it, but I barely used it over the last few months. I used it a couple times and I like it. It gives the food a different type of flavor. But this is an example of a more natural oil, as opposed to like canola oil or vegetable oil. Them the only oils that I ever used growing up, canola oil and vegetable oil. And I made the switch from off of those oils to like olive oil, avocado oil, just, grapeseed oil, different choices of oils. And one of the things that happened was I started losing weight when I made that switch, everybody say what's up to each other. We on 4 different pages. I got 2 TikTok pages and an Instagram page and YouTube. Shout out YouTube in the building. I see y'all pulling up. All right, so check this, right? Now, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to season these things. Now, watch how this come together, though. This is chipotle powder. I'm going to drop some of that in here. I'm going to drop some smoked paprika. I'm going to drop some of this smoked paprika. All right. You might want to take these notes because the way that this fish right here with these in particular seasons, I'll leave them right here so you can see them. I'm telling you, the flavor is next level, man. Garlic powder. I'm about to drop some garlic powder in here. All right. That's another thing that I stopped doing, was getting them seasons that was all like complete seasoning and all that, because it's having silicone dioxide and different. So I was like, man, I just put my own flavors together. You know what I'm saying? We got some onion powder. We're going to drop this in here. So far we got chipotle powder, smoked paprika, garlic powder, onion powder. All right. Now, we're going to do some cracked black pepper. Drop some of that in here. I'm gonna put these in the air fryer. Watch how this come together. I'm gonna do some cracked sea salt. Drop some cracked sea salt on this thing. Now, this is crucial right here. Tabasco chipotle sauce, hot sauce. I'm gonna drop some of this in here. All right. And the last ingredient. Hold on, I wanted to keep these for y'all to see this. This combination on fish, I'm telling you, is it. It's a French blend of herbs. You could do Italian or whatever. The herbs, you know, it's like basil, there's some fennel in here, some thyme, oregano. I'm gonna sweat these herbs out and drop them in there like that. Now, we got the grits going at the same time. I should have put these in a bigger pot. Damn. Hold on, y'all. I thought, because I was only doing 1 cup of grits, I forgot that you supposed to add 3 cups of water to these. I don't know what I was thinking about. I ain't forget, I just wasn't thinking straight. So I'm gonna stir these grits up, because remember, I don't like clumpy grits. I don't like that. So let me stir these grits up. I gotta be gentle with them, because I got a little pot. It's just me and my wife eating grits. You want some grits? Yeah, it'll be enough for all of us. You ain't eating that mac and cheese, huh? Huh, Makai? Oh, okay. So I'm just whipping up these grits, y'all. Hold on. I'm in the kitchen whipping with the grits. All right, so look. We got that going. Let me cut that down a little bit. Now, watch this. All right, we got the air fryer in the cut. Now, this is where the season in a bag method is lit. Hold on, let me put, because this bag got a little hole in it. Let me get another bag. I'm gonna double bag it. Now, this is what you do with the bag method. You go like this, now you're just mixing everything up. It's something about, you could do your chicken like this. You could do your, fish like this. Vegetables like this. My dad actually, my grandma used to cook, and I never really paid attention to her cooking. So my dad was the first person I seen do this. And then I learned that it came from my grandma. We live in Miami. My grandma Lois had the whole Coconut Grove coming to the house. She used to sell plates out the house every weekend. To my baked chicken, ribs, pigeon peas and rice, macaroni and cheese, collard greens, potato salad, peach cobbler. You feel what I'm saying? Fried fish, conch fritters. People coming in and out the house all weekend. I'm talking about for real, especially when church got out. It used to be like a real, like, straight traffic coming in and out the house every weekend. They was coming for them plates, man. Let me see where we're at now. Bingo. Now, what I'm gonna do is, I almost forgot about this. I'm gonna drop a little bit of lemon in here. Glad I just thought about that. To mix just to give it a little acidity. And then I'm gonna drop this in the air fryer. This fish gonna cook quick. This meal gonna come together. It's pretty. These grits are almost ready. It don't take long for this fish to cook in this air fryer. Now, let me put these seasons up. Just in case you want to write this down, I'm telling you, if you ever cooking fish, this is the mix. You want some garlic powder, you want some onion powder. All right. You want some type of blend of herbs, whatever you like. Just put a little herbs in that thing, some dried herbs. Natural sea salt, cracked black pepper. Chipotle powder, smoked paprika. Tabasco chipotle sauce. And squeeze a lemon in that thing. And that's it. Watch this. Ooh. Watch this, how this cut together. Hold on. Look at this. Look at how that thing seasoned up. Ooh, drop some fire emojis if that look good. I'm about to put these in this glass. And I'm about to drop these in the air fryer in a second. I see the fires. Look. Remember, this is cobia. If you're just not pulling up to the live, this fish is called cobia. And it's honestly one, if not my favorite fish. And you don't really see it a lot. I see the fires. What's up? Deadeye, what's good, man? Tim, what they do? I see you. Santana, what's good? Tasha, what's up? So when I see this cobia, I like to snatch it because you don't see it often. I seen it in Publix and I grabbed it out of there. Look at this. Ooh! So now, let me just set these in here because I'm about to drop this in the air fryer in a second. Right now. And bomb. Drop this thing just like this. Okay. There it is. This going in the air fryer. Look.
What is that?
That's cobia fish. So here it is in the air fryer. We're putting the air fryer on 320 for 15 minutes. So we got that going. All right, now we about ready. Are you gonna do lettuce and all that with the grits?
Yeah.
Oh, so you already gonna do the grits?
I think so.
All right.
But one, you only did 1 cup, right?
Yeah, I just did a cup. Yeah, I wanted to keep it light. I don't want to do too much. All right, so now look, check this out. This is the part that's lit with these grits. In our family cookbook, right? This is one of my most proud recipes, I'm gonna be honest with you, because I just had the idea to do this one time. And you take the grits, right? And you mix it with raw greens. So you got the hot grits with the raw greens with the flavor. I'm about to put on these like salad with some tomatoes. And you mix it all together. And I'm telling you, when you eat grits by itself, it's like starchy. I love grits, whatever, it's good. But when you mix it with because it kind of cooks the lettuce, but it's still a crunch to that raw lettuce. And those contrasting textures with the grits and the flavor that we're gonna put on this lettuce mixture, you ain't gonna wanna eat grits by itself again. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Look, if you wanna grab a copy of this cookbook, I highly recommend it. Just this recipe make it worth it. This is my family right here. Me and my wife, my wife actually typed this whole cookbook out. It's both of our recipes, and our kids, all of our kids wrote a prayer in the cookbook for the reader, whoever read it from their heart. So that made them co-authors. So, if you see right here, co-authored by the Israel family. And then we hit #1 in multiple categories on Amazon. So now we're a family full of best-selling authors. It's just lit. And we got recipes in there, fish recipes, chicken. We got recipes in there for vegans that don't want to eat the meat paws. We got raw recipes. We got desserts, cookies, cakes. Every recipe in this cookbook fit the principles of my book. I wanted to show recipes because when I say I lost 100 pounds still eating the foods that I love to eat, I'm serious. And we've helped thousands of people lose weight. Once you get it, you got it, man. And then, you know what I mean? To make it easier to stay consistent. Watch this. We got that cobia going. We got that cobia going right now in the air fryer. I'm gonna mix this up in a bigger bowl. Put that to the side. Matter of fact, I'm gonna drop a little bit of use the rest of this baby kale in here. We got some baby kale I'm gonna drop in here. Boom. Now watch this. I'm gonna mix this up with a little bit of olive oil and some season. Watch how I do this with the lettuce, because this part is actually very important. So I'm gonna use a little bit of this extra virgin olive oil. Side note that I thought was real interesting when I learned this. It's all love. Tim, what they do, my bro? When it comes to olive oil, for it to be certified extra virgin, Italy has the highest standards in the world to certify extra virgin olive oil. The USDA standards is way lower. Things that the USDA will certify extra virgin, in Italy, most of them won't pass the test. So if you ever looking around at olive oil and you see this badge of certified organic extra virgin olive oil from Italy, you know it's the real deal. So I thought that was real interesting when I learned that. So I'm gonna drop a little bit of this, and you can taste the difference, man. You could feel the difference. So we dropped a little bit of that on there. We're doing a 50% off sale for our books for Valentine's Day. If you want to grab a copy, feel free. We got the discount link underneath my profile picture. You'll see the discount on the checkout page. So I'm gonna do a little cracked black pepper. A little, I'm actually gonna put, look, we got some truffle salt. Some truffle sea salt. I'm gonna put a little bit of this truffle sea salt on here. What else? We're gonna put a little bit, I wanna put a little bit of herbs on here, not too heavy, just a little bit.
Are you using all that, the lettuce?
What's that?
Are you using all that?
Yeah.
Or more?
No, this will be good.
Enough for both of us?
Unless you wanna go heavy.
No.
Yeah, I was gonna.
I
Yeah, I
didn't
didn't.
know if you was eating all that or not.
Yeah, no, I ain't gonna eat all of it. I'm gonna put a little bit of herbs on here, and then in a minute, look, I'm gonna get to we're gonna do a Q&A. We're gonna help some people lose weight. It's gonna get into the conversation while I'm eating my meal. You know what I mean? really, it's funny. Last night we watched the Super Bowl, and I really like I used to love sports. I don't really care about sports like I used to, for a variety of reasons. But we watched the game last night, and it was actually a real good game. I was impressed with that game. Look, we got the grits going. These grits ready to go. It's too
Supreme.
I gotta take these out of this pot and into a bigger pot, man. It's like about to overflow.
Supreme. No.
I'm about to transfer these grits. So what I do with grits, I like my grits to have flavor. So at this point, when they're ready to go, like when they're cooked all the way through, I put the perfect amount of salt on these. They don't even need nothing else. Only thing I'm gonna do with these is add a little bit more water, just to smooth them out. And I'm gonna add some coconut oil into these grits at this point. So this is the organic raw coconut oil. I switched out the margarine. That's all we used to get was like like the country crock. Drop a 4 in the comments if you know about the country crock. If you know the margarine, the big country crock tubs. If you get that country crock, drop a 4 in the comments. Let me see who pull up and put it in part, man. I'm about to get into it, because the thing about it is, that's all we used to get was the country crock, the big margarine tubs, because it's a good deal. You get a lot and it's stretched. I see the 4s. LaShawna, what's good? Aunt, what they do, man? Anthony, what's good? Okay, so look, when I made the switch from that margarine and I went to regular butter, my weight started coming down. And then I stayed on butter for the longest. I lost 80 pounds between 2014 and probably 2017. And then I kept it off until 2020. And in 2020, I made the switch from butter to coconut oil. And I lost more weight. I ended up losing 20 more pounds. There was some other things I changed in that time frame too, but that was one of them. And I haven't been back ever since I got on this coconut oil. This is where I've been. I don't do the butter like I used to. I mean, every once in a while, if I'm out or whatever, I'll do it. But we keep some coconut oil on deck, and I like the way it tastes, even better than butter. So I'm gonna add a little bit more water to these grits. Everything about ready to go. You're gonna see how I plate this and how everything come together in a second. I'm just smoothing these grits out. Look at the grits. Ooh! So these things about ready to go. So these are all natural grits, man. But this fish, I can smell it right now. I'm about to smash this fish for real. I'm getting excited. All right, so now look. I'm gonna stir this lettuce all together. And I'm gonna squeeze a little bit of lemon on this lettuce mixture. And I'm gonna mix this up. And the last piece of the puzzle with this lettuce, I'm actually gonna cut a little sweet onion. And I'm gonna drop a few of these. I'm gonna cut up some of these grape tomatoes and drop a few of these in here. You know what I mean? And then, like I said, you're gonna see how I eat these with the grits. And if you never tried it, which I've never seen anybody do it. It just came to me one time and I tried it. And don't judge it don't knock it before you try it. I could eat this salad just like this by itself. It's just got a real nice flavor just like this by itself. I already know they lurking. I ain't even tripping though. I've been following you and made I don't know if you misspelled the word, but you made it for your family. That's live. That's live, man. Does it make the grits have a little sweetness? I missed what part? Oh, with the coconut oil. Not really. Not really, because I put the it's salt in there. So it kind of remind me of butter. Like when you add a little salt to coconut oil, it's a very similar taste to butter, but I like it better. Kanisha Murphy, I just seen the order come through. Kanisha is love. Them grits are perfect. All right, so last piece of the puzzle, because this fish about to be ready to go. And I got one more last secret ingredient that's gonna take everything up another notch. So we're gonna cut up these, I like grape tomatoes. So I'm cutting these grape tomatoes up in fours. So it's like little chunks like this. Drop a few of these in here. Watch how this come together, y'all. This is, I'm telling you, this is, I would have been, been done, but I've been running my mouth. This is a real easy, the point I want to make is this is a real easy, quick meal, man. That's like, when you eat it, it's like restaurant style. Like this is, it's hard to find food that tastes better than this. Super easy, full of flavor. And if you are trying to lose weight, you'll see, man, this is a meal that is going to help you in that process. Because we're using the right ingredients. You know what I'm saying? I need your book for my birthday on the 19th. Keep doing what you do. Melvin, I appreciate you, God. It's all love, man. We doing a 50% off sale. If anybody want to grab a copy, I got a discount link for Valentine's Day up underneath my profile picture. You'll see the discount on the checkout page. If you want to grab a copy, feel free. What are some good herbs for constipation? That's not, so when it comes to my lane is weight loss. You know what I mean? Because I lost 100 pounds and I've helped thousands of people lose weight. So I like to stay in my lane. When it comes to health and those type of situations, there's other people more qualified to give better advice than me when it comes to that. That's why, I often mention my brother Yaki, because he's one of those people. He's very, very good. You could look him up, Yaki, Yahki. That's his lane. He good with all of that. Look him up on Instagram. His page is Yaki Awakened, and on YouTube is Yaki TV. So the last thing I need to do, right, is let me see. I want to do some I want to put a little bit of onions. I'm going to do some of these purple onions. Watch this. And this right here is actually coconut oil. And we got garlic that I mashed up in a mortar with sea salt and pepper. So this is like garlic butter, but coconut oil. Mixed it all together. And so now I use this just for extra flavor when I'm cooking. I'm gonna drop that in the fish and base it down with that garlic coconut oil and take it up another notch. Watch this. In the meantime, and I'm gonna drop a little bit of that in the grits when I plate my food too. I'm gonna cut these purple onions real like paper thin to mix with this lettuce. Because what's gonna happen when I put these hot grits on top of this lettuce mixture, it's gonna low-key cook everything just a little bit. Drop a little bit more water just to keep these grits at the consistency where I want them at. Uh-oh, there it is. There it is. There go the cobia in the air fryer. And drop these purple onions on here. Hold on, it's about ready to go. All right, let me move this to the side. Put this up. Check this out. Let me get a hot hand. grab this Kobe out of the air fryer and see what we're looking like. Oh my goodness. Who that is? Kimberly Leftwich. I just seen the order come through. Kimberly is love. So this is the air fried cobia. And now it's almost ready. Now I'm gonna put some of this garlic coconut oil mixture that I got.
Is the grits ready?
Yeah, they're ready.
Can I try it?
Yep.
This?
Put some of this garlic coconut butter in here with this fish. Yeah, you can use that spoon right there. Bingo. And I'm gonna put it back in there, and I'm gonna blast it. I'm gonna blast it one more time on a higher heat, and then I'm gonna baste it down with that garlic coconut oil. Watch this. This cobia, when I say this cobia is so good, it got a consistency almost like steak, but it's fish and it is fire. What you think about them grits, man? Some things on point? I'm already knowing, man. We got the grits going. All right, so now I'm gonna cut this up to 380. Matter of fact, I'm gonna cut it on 400 for like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let that go for 3 minutes. And once that get out, we're ready to go, man. We got the lettuce mixture right here on deck, ready to go. I'm gonna do this like a bowl. Matter of fact, no, I'm not. I'm gonna plate it like this. I'm gonna put the fish on the plate, and then I'm gonna put my grits in the bowl because I want my fish to stay hot. I don't want it all to get mixed up. I don't want my fish in my grits. I want to have them separate. Someone say, who letting him eat out of the pan? That's our son, man. We family. We ain't tripping like that over here at all. You know what I'm saying? Not even a little bit. You keep... Let me see. Let's see, man. Kobe is a fish, not Kobe, cobia. So I believe it's spelled Colbia, cobia. Yeah, it's a fish. It's come out the Atlantic Ocean, and they swim with sharks. They're always swimming with a shark, and they are fire, man. I love cobia. Do you eat rice? I do. And that's a great question, you know, because rice was one of them things I did not want to quit. People would tell me, look, man, you got to get off the grains, man. Stop with the starch. You got to get off the rice. When I was 100 pounds overweight, and the pasta and the bread, I love all that, man. So with the rice, it's the same as with the grits. You can enrich the rice grain. And one of the side effects of enriched rice is weight gain. So I made the switch and started to pay attention and pick out natural rice. Like a natural jasmine rice or basmati rice or natural sushi rice or emperor's rice or brown rice or wild rice. I just went to the natural rice, and my weight started trending down, man. I'm still eating rice the same amount, just got off the enriched rice. And that was one of the things that helped me lose weight, for real. Let me see. What's some good fruits to start with? In my opinion, it depends on where you're at, what you like. I just feel like any fruit. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of times I give advice kind of like, honestly, to my old self. So when I started my weight loss journey, I also was dealing with being in poverty. So price was an issue. So I would just get any fruit from the produce section. You know, I wasn't worrying about if it was GMO, if it had seeds, none of that. I started getting natural, or should I say like raw fruit, not frozen, not canned. I just would get whatever I've had a taste for: oranges, pears, plums. And then as my money got more comfortable, I would look for more and more organic that I could find. But I'm not picky with the fruit. I just when I ate more fruit, it helped me with my weight, but also more so my energy too, big time, with the fruit. Some people be like, oh, if it don't got seeds, I ain't gonna eat it. And then I turn around and I see them eating at McDonald's, and I'm like, you better off eating the GMO fruit before you eat McDonald's. Me personally, that's how I feel. Oh my God. Now look. Oh yeah. So now we about to do this. So look, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna base this down now with this garlic coconut oil mix that I put in here. Based it down real quick just to give it that extra layer of flavor. Once again, more juiciness, more flavor. And I'm about to smash this right here on this live. So this the air fried cobia, man. You've seen it right here, how easy it was. And we doing this with the natural polenta grits, with the lettuce mixture. And this is all about to come together right now. Check this. All right, hold on. I'm gonna go like this. Bomb. Oh my God, I'm about to, man, listen. Bomb. There you go. Now, I'm gonna get some of this lettuce mixture, put it in this bowl. This is the part that changed the game for me. Now we got these hot grits. We dropping this right on top of this lettuce. Don't judge it until you try it, I'm telling you. We dropping it right on top of that lettuce, just like this. Bomb. And that's that. That's dinner right there, man. Oh my God. Now take a look. Drop some fire emojis in the comments if you would eat this. You know what I'm saying? We got the air fried cobia with the natural polenta grits plated on top of a lettuce mixture. We call this the Sunshine Breakfast Bowl. But we're doing it for dinner. I'm gonna get a little bit of lemon, just in case I need that in a second. Have me a couple pieces of this. Bomb. I'm already know I'm gonna drop a little bit of this on here, a little lemon. Now watch this, the last little piece of this equation. I'm gonna drop some lemon on top of this fish. And now I'm about to get into the Q&A, y'all. I wanna help people lose weight on this live. So if anybody got any questions, feel free to drop them. Remember, I got this garlic coconut oil right here. I'm putting that right on the grits. And that's that, man. Let me grab me a fork out of here. And I'm about to smash this right now. Sean B, what they do, man. Let me clear my space out, man. I got a lot going on right here. Hey, everything ready. Did you write your recipe book yet? Yep, it's done. And we hit #1 on Amazon. You feel me? Yeah, we got 62 all natural, natural light recipes in this cookbook. We got a 4-part video series. You can scan the QR code. And this instruction is called Rooted in Nature. And you just scan it with your phone and take you straight to the video. So this why, because I want people to understand why these recipes are going to be helping you lose weight. I want people to understand why. So we're done with it, man. We got desserts in there. We got sauces in there. We got dressings in there. We got this recipe is in there. We got chicken in there. We got steak. We got vegetarian options. We got fish in there. We got raw recipes, cooked recipes. We got a little bit of everything, man. But the main thing is every single recipe in this book fit the principles of my book. You know what I mean? It's full of flavor, but it's going to be helping you lose weight at the same time. That's how we built it. You feel me? Oh, Miami Gardens, shout out Carol City in the building, man. Jones, what they do? Let me take a bite of this. Let me see where we're at. All right, I got a lettuce mixture with some baby kale in here. And I got these polenta grits. And when you eat it at the same time like this, I'm telling you. It is.
Can you check that food? You know?
Yeah. Are you grabbing some out of them?
Yeah. Where the
Now I want to, huh? The tongs? They're right there. Oh, the mint. So look at this cobia. Look at the meat. You can see how the meat.
Get out of the kitchen, Pat.
Now that meat is so. The only other fish that comes close to this, or like that's in the same bracket, like sea bass, it's comparable to sea bass, but I like it better because it's a little bit more firm. Kind of like dolphin, but it's kind of like a mix between dolphin and sea bass. If I had to pin it, cobia kind of like a mix between mahi and sea bass. It's good what they do, man. So what I want to do with this live, right? Because, I lost 100 pounds. And I got to go to help over 1 million people, get down. Lisette, I just seen the order come through. Lisette is love. To get down to their natural body size and stay there for life. So I want to answer some questions, man. If anybody got any questions, feel free to drop them. Can't go wrong with the fish and grits. You ain't wrong. Unless you eating the wrong type of grits. Them enriched grits is going to have you putting on weight. And it's going to make it hard to lose weight if that's what you're trying to do. How's the mission for planting 1 million trees, brother? It's coming along, man. We just dropped tree number 14 in the ground in Little Haiti. Shout out Jeff. We pulled up on Jeff. We picked him as a winner. He emailed us, and we dropped off a tree. We're going to be dropping off a tree, next week? Another one. We're dropping off another mango tree. Where can I buy the fish? It's hard to find cobia, man. I'm going to be real with you. Sometimes I see it in Publix. They'll have it at fish fish markets sometimes, but it's not like a common fish that you see. I'm in Miami, so if and it's a tropical type fish. So if you up north, you probably ain't gonna never see it. What's good to eat for diabetes? I want to be very clear because that's a great question. But my lane is weight loss. I help people lose weight. I didn't cure myself from illness. I lost 100 pounds. So I don't like to give people health advice like that. You know what I mean? I've done research, but I don't have case studies, and I haven't brought people from a place of being sick to being healthy. So I don't feel comfortable giving that type of advice. But I do refer people to my brother Yaki. I actually mentioned him in my book. YAHKI, that's his lane. He cured himself from illness, and he's helped a lot of people beat illness, cancer, diabetes, AIDS. So he's qualified. So if I were you, I would study him. You spell his name YAHKI. Yaki. He's on YouTube. His YouTube channel is Yaki TV. Where are you from? I was born in Wisconsin. I've lived in 6 states, but most of my life I've been in Miami. You know what I mean? I moved to Miami when I was 16.
Excuse me.
And I'm 41. I actually mentioned that in my book because when I was younger, I moved around a lot. I was adopted. And I was moving around before, you know what I mean? So that's a whole nother story. But I was blessed to, and I was real active, so I had a lot of friends. So I was blessed to see a lot of different households. But I noticed, in hindsight, looking back over my life, that, you know, I was blessed to see white people houses, Hispanic houses, black houses, in lower class, middle class, and upper class. And there was a real similar pattern in the way everybody was eating. And so the main pattern that I noticed is I was taught to choose food based on what I had a taste for. And it wasn't anywhere in the equation that I should be thinking about how is this food really going to help me? Is it compatible with me? Is it natural? Is it healthy? Am I aware of all the ingredients? That wasn't even in my equation when it came to picking a meal. It was just, what did I have a taste for? I was just hearing it growing up, like, what y'all got a taste for tonight? Let's do burgers. All right, bomb, we go to McDonald's and get some burgers. You know what I mean? Oh, I want pizza. We go to Pizza Hut. What y'all got a taste for tonight, man? Oh, let's do pasta. Get some pasta. So now, you know, I still think about what I have a taste for, but my priority over taste is making sure it's the right ingredients. And that's what I break down in my book. And those are the type of questions that I want to answer on this live. Becoming aware of how to choose the right ingredients so that this way you could still eat food that you love to eat, but that weight will start coming off you. No, this Kobe is so fire.
Where's the ketchup?
What's the best sugar alternative? That's a great question. I'm not gonna say I know the best, but I can say what I prefer. I went from the granulated white sugar, the table sugar, to the raw organic cane sugar. I think do we got a container over here, bro? Of the
Oh
sugar.
my God, he killed a dozen. He about to eat it.
Andrew in there going nuts, man. You got a new show? Andrew Zimmerman. Andrew Zimmerman. He used to have that show called Bizarre Foods. Andrew will eat anything. Look. This the He was over there in Asia eating cockroaches and just whatever. He'll eat anything. Andrew Zimmerman. I used to trip out watching his shows, man. But he got another cooking show. But this is an example of a better sugar. When I made the switch from the granulated white sugar to the raw organic cane sugar, weight started trending off me. So when it comes to sweets, a lot of people feel like they need to quit sweets because the sweets are their problem. And I coach people one-on-one, and that's the number one, because I ask people, what do you think your biggest weakness is? And the number one thing that I heard was sweets.
Babe, watch your leg.
The number one thing that I hear is sweets. And so I like sweets, man. When I get a sweet tooth, I want something sweet.
Supreme, come make it.
But the only problem is, like, when it comes to sweets, a lot of times the sugar substitute, I don't like the way they taste. Like coconut sugar, I don't really like how it tastes. And different sugar options that are natural, that aren't as processed. And also like when you buy sweets that are already made, like cookies and cakes and things like this that use, good ingredients. Most of the time I don't really like the way they taste. But good news, we started making our own. So I love chocolate chip cookies. So we made, my daughter got a recipe that she makes that's so good, but she got the game from us though. So it's like, you use a natural flour as opposed to an enriched flour. use a natural salt as opposed to the iodized salt. Use this sugar, the organic raw cane sugar, as opposed to the granulated white sugar. And then instead of margarine, we use coconut oil with these chocolate chip cookies. And let me show you a picture of them. These cookies right here, I like the way they taste better than anything out the store. These literally my favorite chocolate chip cookies. But if you want to take a picture of the recipe, feel free, and then you can zoom in on it later or flip it around, do what you got to do. This recipe, I'm telling you, make you want to buy this cookbook. This recipe by itself make it worth it for this cookbook. I'm telling you. We got cake recipes in there, donuts. You know, when I want something sweet, I eat it, but I just make sure I'm using the right ingredients. What about chocolate chips? We just use dark chocolate chips. The chocolate chips, when it comes to weight loss, again, my lane is weight loss. It's not health. It's not nutrition. It's weight loss. Where to buy cobia fish? It's hard to find. That's why we grabbed it. We cleaned them out. There was just, 3 pieces left they had. No, they had 4 pieces. We got 3 of them out of Publix. But it's kind of hard to find cobia, to be real with you. We live in Miami. We did air fried cobia. This is natural grits. This is called a sunshine breakfast bowl. And when we got the natural grits, but we put it on top of a lettuce mixture full of flavor. When you eat the grits with this lettuce mixture, it take it up a whole nother notch. You want to play? Oh. Let me see. I want to. And but the chat going nuts on YouTube. What's your cookbook called? So the cookbook is called Life Matters, So Let's Eat Like It, the family cookbook. So this book fit the principles of my first book, Life Matters, So Let's Eat Like It. I explain how to choose the right versions of what you like to eat and lose the weight. And then we made a family cookbook with 62 different recipes that fit these principles. We're actually doing the Valentine's Day sale. We got the discount link underneath my profile picture if anybody want to grab a copy. No, you didn't miss the sale. We just did a Super Bowl sale, but Valentine's Day in a couple of days. So we run in the same place for Valentine's Day. If you want to grab it, feel free. We got the discount link underneath my profile picture.
Then you have to flip this bumper and it's gonna get all over the place.
Let me see. Let's go. What they do, man?
Okay, you want lettuce?
Yeah.
What's a good meal to start off losing weight? Well, who is that? That's a great question. Willie Taylor. So here's the deal, right? It's not so much a specific meal that you want that helped me to lose weight. Let me ask you a question, Will. And I tell everybody this is in my opinion, and I talk about this in my book. This is the best place to start.
That's a lot.
Do you read the ingredients every time you buy something from the grocery store?
Yeah.
Yes or no? Will? The chat kind of going crazy. Because if you don't, I would start there. I would start with, anytime you get something from the grocery store, always turn the pack to the side or to the back and read the ingredients. And then you want to start just using logic from that point. When you see them big, long chemical words, whatever section you in, for example, let's say you're in the bread section and you grabbing some bread. And you see that the first ingredient in the bread is, say, enriched wheat flour. Then it says niacin, iron, thiamine mononitrate, riboflavin, folic acid. You want to put that bread back and keep looking for a bread that's made with a natural flour. All you should see is the type of grain. When you find a bread where it just says wheat flour as the first ingredient, that's a better choice. Grab that one. And just start choosing the most natural looking words, options from the store, and start making those switches. Take inventory of what you used to eat and start choosing different options from the awareness point of being aware of the ingredients. Start there and get on that scale every day. And you'll notice if you do that and you're consistent, your weight will start coming down. And so, you know, the way that I like to help people is like this. It's like this. Miss Kobe. Now, this fish is so fire. One of the most powerful emotions, because I got a chapter in my book. Chapter 3 is titled Mindset. When it comes to losing weight, in my opinion, like 80% of the battle is really mindset. When my mindset shifted to where it's at now, it became easy to make better choices and stay consistent. It wasn't about what meals should I get. It was I had the right mindset as far as how to choose any meal, and it was a desire that I wanted to do. So when it comes to mindset, I feel like it's real important to pay attention to emotions, because for me, when I used to think about changing the way that I was eating, it was like the emotion tied to it was like I got to do something about my weight. Like this, when this was me, I knew I had to. I've been knowing I had to do something, but it was like I really didn't want to. Like, I like burgers, I like steak, I like pasta, I like cookies, I like cakes. So it was like, man, I got to do something different. But my emotion was like, I was kind of dreading it. And deep down, for example, I tried to stop eating bread, pasta, and rice. I tried to cut the carbs out of my diet, right? Deep down, I did not expect to do that for the rest of my life. So when it comes to emotions, this piece of awareness, I'm telling you, it'll change your life if you get it. Desire is a super powerful emotion. There's not too many emotions that beat it out when it comes to us accomplishing whatever it is we desire. Like, we're talking weight loss. So if you got to go to lose weight, I'm sure you have a desire to get off that weight. But for some reason, for a lot of us, it's hard, man. We want to, but it's not that easy. Just because we have that desire, we really, really want to. So the emotion that beats desire is expectation. If you don't expect to be able to do whatever the game plan is consistently, if you don't feel good about it, if it's not like, I know I could do that. If that ain't the real expectation, you're not going to accomplish your desire. And it's like that in any area of life. So peep game, right? This is the hack right here. To choose expectations that will pull you towards your desire. For example, when I tried to cut out all the carbs, and I was just going to do vegetables, fruits, meat, no carbs. I tried it for a while, and then I fell off the bandwagon. I missed my rice, man. I missed pasta. I missed bread. I missed cake. I missed cookies. It was very, very hard. It was like, I was dreading it. When I came into the awareness of what enriched grains are, and then I came into the awareness of how to identify them and how to find natural flours, natural pasta, natural bread, natural rice. And then the thought came into my mind, okay, let me make this switch. Let me just choose the natural ones as opposed to the enriched processed grains. My expectation then became, I could do that. Especially when I went in the grocery store and I started looking around and I started finding them. I started finding the pasta I like. the spaghetti noodles, the macaroni noodles. I started to find the type of bread that I like. I started to find the type of flour that I like, and I started to make my own cookies. I started to see how I could do it. At that point, I said, okay, I'm just not gonna eat the enriched processed grains anymore. I'm gonna do the natural grains. When I had that thought, it was a different expectation than I felt when it was, I'm gonna quit all grain, all pasta, bread, all that. I'm just gonna stop all that. I did not expect that I could really do that. When I made that choice, that was an expectation that I felt like I could do. And that expectation pulled me towards my overall desire, and my desire was to get the weight off. When I became aware, and I use this with money, I use this in my relationships, I use this in my spiritual choices, I use this in every area of life. When I got a goal and it's something that I want to achieve, and I make a plan, I get real aware of how am I feeling. Do I really expect that I can do that? If I don't really expect that I can do that, I try to think of something that will be a step in the right direction, but I expect I could do it. If that made sense, drop a 4 in the comments. If that made sense, what I just said, because I'm telling you, man, that right there, what I just gave, people pay me for that. Proper game, what they do, man. Deshaun, what's good? I see you, Queen. 40-24, I see you, Queen. It's all love. Caress yourself. I want to snatch a piece. Let me say, I want to snatch a piece of that hair off. I let them fall when they fall, wherever they fall at, man. Dog, this cobia is so good. Look at the way it look. Oh my God, look at that. This is air fried cobia. We use some walnut oil on this and some coconut oil. Smoked paprika, chipotle powder, chipotle hot sauce, salt, pepper, natural, obviously. Onion powder, garlic powder, a French blend of herbs. And it's starting to get cold and it's still good. Crazy good information. Never thought about reading the ingredients, only the name of the food. You can be a life coach. Well, I am a coach, man. You know what I'm saying? We got offers, you know what I'm saying? We building out a weight loss community right now. You know? But I give out the information and then I set myself up where if people want to work with us and through our offers and our platforms that we got set up, they can. You know what I'm saying? But once you get it, it's really not that hard, man. My whole thing is bringing people value. I want to be a valuable person. Albany Lawson, I seen the order come through. Albany is love. So my it's kind of like being the difference between being aware of the difference between or the power of expectation and desire. It's the same thing with being aware of looking at life through the angle of what makes me a valuable person is how much I can help people, not how much money I got. I used to have it backwards. I felt like when I got a lot of money, that'll make me a valuable person. It wasn't the money. Money is like a byproduct of being a valuable person. So when I switched my mind frame around to like, okay, let me help as many people as I can. Once I started to get it, like I started to just hear it, and I started watching a lot of podcasts and reading books. And in 2020, especially, I worked on myself a lot, and I just started to see the pattern in successful people. I kept hearing the same thing over and over again. Money is a byproduct of being a valuable person. So I got to pour into myself. I got to get out here and try, learn things, go out and try it, make the failures, learn from them, try it again, and bring that value to people. Bring it. And then the money would be a byproduct of that. And it's really just like that. Is that fish? It is. This is cobia. You know what I mean? So I break down these principles. And I make it real easy to understand in my book. Going to mindset, we go over the 80-20 rule. We got a 10-point checklist in this book. That make it real. Once you read the whole thing, it make a lot of sense. But I instruct everybody to write this 10-point checklist down and keep it on them. for at least 30 days. And every time you eat, if you can't check off all 10 of them boxes, you know you're eating the wrong version of whatever it is you're about to eat. It could be pizza, it could be chicken, it could be a burger, whatever. If you eat in the right burger, you'll be able to check off all 10 of them boxes. If you eat the right pasta, you'll be able to check off all 10 of them boxes. And it could have chicken in it if you want to, if you get fish, whatever. But if you can't check off all of them boxes, yes, you keep looking for a better option. And when you do that, that weight gonna keep trending down. I'm telling you. So, you know, if anybody want to grab a copy of the book, feel free. We're doing a 50% off sale on both our books. We got the discount link underneath my profile picture. Don't see the 50% discount. You'll see it on the checkout page. So when you click, you'll see the regular price at first. When you click checkout, you'll see it happen on the checkout page. Where do I buy that cobia fish? I'm telling you, I wish they had it on deck all the time. But it's kind of like I barely ever see it. I live in Miami. It's like a tropical fish. It's in the Atlantic Ocean. I got this from Publix.
I wish it was some more, man.
I don't know, right? We could have got all 4 of them things. That thing was fire, right? But you got that cobia? Mm-hmm. That thing's sticking, I'm telling you. We value you. We really appreciate you for not just cooking and getting off. You actually give information. Oh, man, that's love, man. Will, it's all love, man. Only thing I ask is apply it. You know what I mean? That's all I ask. Put it to the test, man. Don't just take my word for it. You know? Again, my whole thing is helping people get results. That's what mattered to me. Because it's cool to make money and all that. It's cool. Like, we just put together a $25,000 resort getaway package. I'm in a mastermind. Shout out Myron Golden. And I met Rick at the mastermind. And he fly private jets. He got his own private jet and all that. It's like just his story blew my mind. But anyway, long story short, I'm partnering up with him to have a package where we get on a private jet. It's 8 people. Get on the private jet, fly to the Bahamas. They pull up to the airport in Rolls Royces with the police escorts. We get off the private jet and get into Rolls Royces and go to Sandals for 3 days. And then what I'm gonna do, I'm thinking about calling it we're putting the offer together, but Better Body, Bigger Bank retreat. And I want it to be for couples. So it'd be me and my wife, and then I'm catering towards entrepreneurial couples that want to lose weight and take their business to the next level. So where Rick gonna come in is he's coming with the information and the skill sets and all that to scale your business, and I'm coming in with the cooking and the mindset help and all of that to make it easy to understand how to get this weight off. And we're gonna come out of that retreat with a whole game plan where your life gonna take off after that. $25,000 offer. So for a couple, that's 50 racks. We fly in on a private jet, fly out on a private jet. And so the old me, I used to look at that, right? And be like, dawg, who gonna pay that? When I was in the mastermind, there's this dude, Chris, younger than me, like 28, just sold one of his companies for $350 million. There's people in there having $100,000 days, $1 million days. What's $50,000 to someone who makes $1 million in a day? You see what I'm saying? They just want an experience. So, man, I'm just saying, like, things are going up. Things are going up, man. I'm 78 and one of your followers, and simple. I don't have tech experience. Yeah, I used to be the same way, man. I just had to get in there and figure it out. When everything shut down during the pandemic, that's when I started to figure things out. Because I wanted nothing else to do. I made a conscious choice to learn how to use my phone as a tool instead of just an entertainment device. You know what I mean? Learn how to use social media and all that. I started studying. If you put your mind on it, you'll figure it out. It's complicated at first, but that's just like anything. The more you learn and watch videos on YouTube and read books about it and practice, it'll start to make sense. How do I get the book? And I appreciate that question. We're doing a 50% off sale for Valentine's Day. We got the discount link underneath my profile picture on my home screen. And you'll see the finger pointing down to it. And you'll see that 50% discount on the checkout page. So if you want to grab a copy, feel free. What's in the bowl? This is natural polenta grits with the lettuce mixture. That's super fire. And we paired that with some air fried cobia. When I said this meal got so much flavor, I'm like starting to get sad because it's about to be over. If I wasn't talking so much, I would have been smashed this. It ain't even hot no more. It's cold and it's still good. Kobe is the best. Abba, you know what time it is. Oh, that mango salsa. I already know that was sticking. Man. Oh yeah, it's fire. Let me see. Let me see. If anybody got any questions, feel free to drop them, man. I'll be on here for a few more minutes. When you mix these grits with the fresh greens, and you get that crunch of the greens, and put that flavor on them greens with the, I'm telling you, you're gonna want to try it. I'm telling you. Really enjoyed your books. But that's love, man. How's your day today? It's been good, man. It's been busy. Like I low-key, the last, like 3 months, really like 6 months, I just keep like buying new programs, and then I like to go to like conferences and networking events and stuff like that. And I'm constantly, listening to podcasts and audiobooks, and I'm just like constantly looking for answers, because I want to make it to where my family would never have to worry about money ever. You know what I'm saying? And I know, like I said, when 10 years ago, when this was me, we was living in the projects. You feel me? Like we was in poverty for real. And so it's like a real desire to free my family financially, and do it the right way, in an ethical way, and really anybody that shop with us, I want them to really have. I'm doing my best to bring transformation to people, but again, I can't make people do what they're supposed to do, but I can be very, very good at explaining it and inspiring people. So that I'm just sharpening my sword when it comes to that. But someone asked how my day was, and what I've been dealing with lately is like, it's not a headache, but it's like a constant feeling in my mind, like I just want to take about a month off and just don't think about nothing. But I just keep going. Like, I don't know, it's hard to explain. I'm nervous if I stop, I'll lose momentum. And then, I got obligations at the same time, and, people that we pay, and got to keep things going. It's like every day we going into a new uncharted territory that I'm very unfamiliar with. But they say that's when you're the most uncomfortable, like when you're growing, that's when you be the most uncomfortable. That's how you know you're growing. So I got to keep reminding myself of that. But today was kind of one of them days where I was low-key kind of like stressing. I feel like it's so much I got to do. And then like the days keep going by faster. Has anybody, drop a 4 in the comment if you feel like time is speeding up. If you feel like time is speeding up, like not just a little bit, like really speeding up. Like it don't seem like days are the same amount of time as they used to be, man. Like I see the 4 dropping. Okay, I'm serious, because people be like, oh, when you get older, time speeds up. Maybe that's what it is. But I'm just saying, I think the sun is moving faster through the sky because it's like, dog, wake up. I can't get, it's like before you know it, it's like 4:30. And I'm like, dog, I wanted to get 5 more things done. I ain't even, now I got to put that on the list for tomorrow. Let me see, man. Soulfly, what they do, man? If anybody got any questions, feel free to drop them. I'm finna vibe for about 10 more minutes, probably. Someone say, what is true about the numbers, barcodes? Oh, okay. Well, I thought that was an interesting thing when I came across it. There's different uses for the, like when you go to the produce section and you get like fruits and vegetables, you'll see a sticker on them, and it'll be a number on that sticker. Let's see if I can give you an example. And so what? Here we go. Here's an example right here. Right here. You see this barcode right here? It'll either be a barcode like this or it'll just be like a sticker on the fruit, and you'll see a little barcode and it'll be a number on top or underneath the barcode. This one right here is 94593. So one of the reasons for that number is for the cashier could put it in the computer and they'll know what to charge for it. But another reason for the number is the first digit specifies growing method. So a rule of thumb, just to make it easy, 3s are the most genetically modified and most pesticides in like chemicals involved in the process. The 3, it start with 3. You'll see 3, 4, 7, 9, and 9 is like the most organic. You know what I mean? So that's something that's interesting. You know what I mean? But with the fruits and vegetables, I don't like to tell people, oh, only eat all natural, organic, and all that, because really at the end of the day, man, it's hard to even know what that is. If it say it's organic, now they done changed the definition of organic, and it's just kind of getting twisted up. That's why I got 2 gardens, and I'm starting to learn how to grow food the way that I am. Because like, really, the only way for us to know what we're eating that's being grown is to grow it ourselves. It's really like we getting there. But the good news is, even to this day, like I'll get some fruits that are 3s and 4s. I'll get them and I'll eat them. And I have more energy now than I ever did. You know, I started really focusing in on cutting out the heavily processed foods and all of them chemicals in the food. Started looking for more natural options in the ingredients. And that's my main priority. So if there's anybody that got to go to lose weight on this live, I would suggest not getting too caught up in the GMO and it got to have seeds and all of that, especially if you if you're money tight and you want a budget. Because I see people do that. Like I've seen it often where someone will be like, I'll be eating a watermelon and be like, bro, ain't even no watermelons in that. Like, why you eating that? It ain't even no seeds in that watermelon. You shouldn't even be eating that, bro. That's GMO. Right? And then I turn around down the line and they're eating Burger King though. And I'm like, so you won't eat the watermelon with no seeds, but you'll eat Burger King? What? You better off eating that GMO fruits and vegetables, man. My whole thing is, and that's another thing that helped me too. Like when I got off the canned foods and the canned vegetables and went to the produce section, whatever fit my budget, I would just get that. Whatever I felt like and fit my budget, I got that. My weight started coming down, and through consistency, my energy went up. So my whole thing is just taking steps in the right direction, man. I did not want to see this meal come to an end. That's it. That's it, man. It's a done data. How much did working out contribute on your weight loss journey? That's a great question. And to be real with you, are you trying to grab something? Plate? So, you're welcome. I barely exercised since 2014. I do walk. I do get outside and walk. But I do that just because I like it. Like, I think more better when I get outside. I feel off when I don't walk, and I've been like that for the longest. Like, I just like to get outside and walk around. But I lost the weight because I changed what I was eating. And I go into it in my book. You know what I mean? I gained the weight because I was eating the wrong versions of the food that I like. And I lost the weight when I became aware of how to identify the wrong version and what to switch it out for. And I switched it out. Sterling McCaster, I seen the order come through. Sterling is love. It was all about what I was eating. And when it got into my spirit is because I know a few people that got the lap band surgery, and they were real big, and they got the surgery. And I was surprised at how little they ate afterwards. They used to eat big plates. Multiple people that I know, big plates. And then after the surgery, they would eat just a little tiny bit. And I remember feeling like, man, they ain't gonna starve to death. I'm talking about they would eat like a chicken wing and be full. And that's it. They don't eat nothing else. And they'd be like, I'm literally uncomfortably full. And so it got into my mind like, man, we don't even need to be eating that much. Especially when it was like years had passed and they down like 100, 200, 250. And they're still here. They're fine. They're barely eating any food. So I'm like, man, I'm overweight just because I'm eating too much. That's what it was in my mind then. It was I was eating too much. But at the same time, it got into my mind, the problem is the food. It's not that I wasn't exercising. Not that exercising isn't good, because it is, and I recommend it. But that's not the reason why I was 100 pounds overweight. I was 100 pounds overweight because I was eating the wrong type of foods. Because I lost the weight, honestly, still eating the same amount. I didn't cut back on my portions or anything. I just changed out the type. So for example, I went from the enriched parboiled long grain Uncle Ben's rice to a natural jasmine rice. So I'm still eating rice. I just stopped eating the long grain enriched parboiled rice that I used to eat 3-4 times a week. So now 3-4 times a week, I'm eating natural jasmine rice instead. So you see, I made a switch. And it didn't come off me overnight, but I stayed consistent. And over time, my weight trended down. What's your wife's veggie spaghetti recipe? That veggie spaghetti fire. We ain't actually we didn't put that one in the cookbook, but that one is gonna be in our meal plan. You know what I mean? That one will be in the meal plan. You know what I mean? I might go live and give it out one time. I would have to get it from her. I don't know if she make that. You know what I'm saying? But her veggie spaghetti so raw. I'm telling you, don't even need no beef in it. Don't need no turkey. Don't need none of that. Just order both of your books. Sterling, that's love, man. My brothers and sisters, man, I'm finna wrap this live up like this. If you gotta go to lose weight, right? I mentioned this in the beginning of the live, and I'm gonna end it with it again because it changed my life when I became aware of this and started being intentional with this. If you gotta go to lose weight, it's very powerful to be aware of the power of desire. And it's also very powerful to be aware that desire isn't enough. If you got a desire to lose weight, it don't matter how much your desire is. Some people will tell you that. You just got to believe it. The law of attraction, have a desire. Tell yourself you're skinny every day. Some people will tell you that. And you might have tried it. I did. And the weight wasn't coming off me. That's because I was unaware of this. the power of expectation trumps the power of desire. It's more powerful. So I like to use this example. People told me I had to stop eating bread. I love bread. I love sandwiches. I love burgers. I loved all of that. Bread was one of them things that I literally tried to stop. People told me I had to get off the carbs. So I remember I stopped eating pasta, rice, bread. I might have lasted a month or two, and I lost probably 15 pounds. But then I went back to it and I gained it all back and some, right? And deep down, when that was my choice of action to get my desired result, which was lose the weight, I made a choice to stop with the carbs. I did not expect that I would be able to do that forever. It seemed like it would have been very hard for me to do that. But I tried it anyway. And just like I expected, I did it for a while, and then I relapsed and gained it all back. But when I became aware that another option is I could just make sure not to eat the enriched flour that makes the bread, not to eat the enriched pasta, not to eat the enriched rice, and switch it out for the natural grains. I became aware of how to identify it, and I became aware of how to identify the right one. And I made the choice to just make the switch. So now I'm still eating bread. I'm still eating pasta. I'm still eating rice. And I made that choice. And when I made that choice, when I came into the awareness, and I was like, I learned it just like how some of you might be learning it right now. And I was like, in my mind, I'm like, that makes sense. That might work. That actually makes sense. I was like, okay, I'm gonna try it. When I had that thought, it did not. My expectation was I can do that. It was a different expectation than when it was like, I'm just going to stop eating bread and stop eating pasta. That was a whole different expectation deep down. So when I did it, and then the weight started trending down, what happened was I picked an action that I actually expected that I can do. And it was an action with an expectation that pulled me towards my desire. So if you got a desire to lose weight, to get a different result, we got to do different things. But if you're picking a different thing to do, get real aware, do you expect that you can do this or not? If you don't really expect that you can do it, keep looking for a different action that you can take and be consistent, that you expect that you can do, that will pull you towards your desire. I use that with money. I'm using that with my relationships. I'm using that in every area of my life. I'm getting very, very aware when I'm making a choice to take action on something. Do I expect that I can do this or not? Do I feel like it's something that I at least try to do and see what happens? Like I can do that. I could try that. Let me see what happens. If that's how I'm feeling, I'm moving. If it's like, man, I don't know about that, man. I keep looking for something else that'll pull me towards my desire. My brothers and sisters, I hope that made sense, man. Drop some 4s in the comments if that made sense. Drop some 4s in the comments if you're going to start being intentional with choosing an action that you expect that you can do, and just become aware of it. Expectation is more powerful than desire. You got to pick action steps that you expect that you can at least try, that ain't like that you dreading, like I could try that. Start looking for them expectations that's going to pull you closer to where you want to be. I see the 4s dropping, man. Mo, what they do? Valerie, what's good? Make money. I see you. Corday, what's good? Nina, what's up? My brothers and sisters, I hope this helped, man. Now it's just time to put it into action. If you got to go to lose weight, we're doing 50% off our weight loss books. I make it real easy to understand how I lost 100 pounds still eating the foods that I like to eat. We're doing a Valentine's Day sale. We got the discount link underneath my profile picture on my homepage. You'll see the discount on the checkout page. My brothers and sisters, I love y'all for real. Prayers up, blessings up.